All right, pre-show shenanigans. This is a big time episode. A lot of stuff to unpack. The end of the NFL regular season. Big time episode. Lot to recap of the year. Could be a bit of a recap, and also the Monday after last Sunday of the NFL. It's Judgment Day. Every single year, this is the day where 25% of
It's
head
Black
coaches
Monday
are
is
on
what
him.
they usually call it. I'm
Sorry,
pretty
what?
sure.
Oh, yes, Black Monday or Black Monday?
Black Monday.
Okay, yes,
Black
yes.
Monday.
So no, it's Reckoning Day. Multiple jobs, livelihoods were impacted this morning, but no livelihoods were impacted for the worse more than anyone who has watched Stranger Things over the past decade. Everett, I'm not spoiling anything. No spoilers, although if you haven't seen the ending, I do not suggest you watch it. You are better off doing quite literally anything else. I would actually suggest
Well,
you should listen to the Waterboy pod instead of
let me
watching
let me put this
Stranger
on the
Things.
tier because, like, personally, I know how it ended because it was all over my Twitter. I
Yeah.
didn't necessarily care because I haven't really watched it, so it didn't matter.
And I don't suggest you start.
But then this is the question that gives way to it. What is worse, Game of Thrones ending or Stranger Things ending?
Okay. I feel like I'm in a unique position to answer it because I have watched Game of Thrones within the past 18 months.
Right.
I can confidently say the ending of Game of Thrones was worse. A slight caveat, though, both fan bases of these shows were so invested, so deep into it, like into the lore, all these details. Now, I wasn't watching Game of Thrones when it came out, so I'm not entirely sure. Now, I know, of course, the writers, creators of Game of Thrones, notorious, awful, how it ended. That Star Wars thing got canceled. I still don't know if they've made even a short film on Vimeo since. Okay, Everett. I don't even know if they've made that since.
Right.
So I don't really remember. Maybe you could help me out here, but did the Game of Thrones what are the names of them again? The Game of Thrones, right?
Showrunners?
Yeah. Not George R. R. Martin.
Just say the showrunners because
yes, the showrunner. What is their name again? What?
I don't even want to look it up. Like,
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. That's how irrelevant it is right now.
Maybe you could help me out with this though. Were those Game of Thrones writers? Did they go on? Well, quick. How long until the second to last season? How much time passed for that and the last season of Game of Thrones? Like 2 years?
Yeah,
1 year.
Like that. I also watched it post publication.
Okay, all right. So that's gonna have slight issues with my questions here. Pretty much, Game of Thrones. The fans were so invested, so locked in, and they overanalyzed everything. Now the ending still sucked to Game of Thrones. I mean, it just that whole
Keep
last
in mind,
season
they ran
was
out
like
of source material. They were going off books.
Hey, that is another thing where it's like kind of cheap. Like, of course, the source material, which I believe is up till 5.
Yes, pretty sure.
Of course, those are all going to be great series of television. Like season 1, 2, 3, Game of Thrones. They know what's happening 4 and 5 quite confidently, and it was still fine though. But the second you're going off your own imagination, you don't have source material, it all goes to shit. But back to Stranger Things. The big issue with this is that season 4, the last season, which came out 3 years ago, okay, that season was way too goated in terms of connecting back all the way to season 1. Some things that happened in season 4, when you rewatch, go back to season 1, you're like, oh my God, like it actually lines up. These writers might have been serious when they were like, we knew the villain, Vecna, we knew him in season 1. After how season 4 panned out, you were fully under the impression these guys, Stranger Things is their baby. They have mapped this whole shit out. They mapped it out 9 years ago. Okay. Yeah. Like, because of how that 4th season went. So after that 4th season, also, this is just me speculating. All the talk of the show went from the actors themselves to the writers. Like after season 4, the focus on Stranger Things, if you're going to talk about it, it shifted from like Millie Bobby Brown, Joe Keery, shifted from them to the writers being so smart. And so that's how season 4, like the media was now like, dude, these writers are so good. And clearly the writers were quite head over heels in themselves, quite full of themselves, thinking they were genius brainiacs. And Everett, for the past 3 years, they have been on multiple an interview press, a 3-year interview press tour, saying they know exactly how this is going to end, bringing up specific episodes to rewatch. Like, hey, this is going to be important in the last season. Not one episode did they mention. Not one of them had any ounce of significance in anything in the final season. Like pretty much these writers, they understood the audience, and they even said in interviews, we know our fans at the end of the day, they're most invested in the characters themselves, like not the show and the plots. So naturally, they take like zero risks in the end. Essentially, don't kill off anyone. The only person,
plot armor.
Only person they killed off was the one girl that she had one episode in season 2, and it was it was one of those failed spin-off pilot episodes, and she's notorious for being the worst character in the show. And they bring her back and kill her.
Oh,
because nobody cares that she dies.
Yeah, nobody, just to make sure.
So zero risks, none at all. And if anything, I think, the ending, it leaves an ambiguous ending. You pick what happened. In my opinion, how that ended, the writers clearly opening it up for some sequel. I think they already greenlit a spinoff.
Trying to make some money there. Yeah.
I don't know if any actor, actress affiliated with a show can ever return to it, because it will tank like their career. Like they need to be done with this. Like Finn Wolfhard, so long gone. Like, he might not even ever tweet the term Stranger Things again for the rest of his life. He's fully done. But it's all that, and then it's pretty much these writers. They just went on a parade for 3 years saying they know how this all ends. And then when the fans called them out, like, dude, none of this makes sense, the head writer just said in an interview yesterday, guys, when I gave you that answer, I had the flu. Give me a break.
Oh, he had a flu game. I don't think Michael Jordan cared when he had the flu.
Oh, did you have the flu for the past decade? What?
I thought you had this settled 9 years ago.
Yeah. You guys, we didn't say it. You said you had
multiple times.
We did not even. No one wanted to put words in your mouth saying you knew you had a plan out. You just came out and said that one day
on multiple occasions.
No, not just once. They did it for 3 years straight. But that was the issue. The issue is
it's just unfortunate now that we'll go in the episode here in a second after saying this, but it's just unfortunate now that there are so little like genuinely original TV show ideas now, or even movie ideas now. And when one of them is so successful that it creates a worldwide phenomena, I feel like
those writers are just so head over heels in themselves.
Now it's way different. Like there's no risk taking, and usually we're seeing more of those shows end so poorly than it did a decade ago for that reason. And
another thing, which I don't know how true this is, but it's very rare for a season to be good after 4, or for just a TV show. 4 is plenty. We don't need season 5. We don't need season 6. You're doing too much. This is now too many stories for you to wrap it up after 8 seasons. There are too many storylines. And
the other thing that I just saw and heard about the show in general is like they had a massive budget, and there's a lot of plot
400 million apparently
that they created in this season alone that they did not address. Not to mention from other seasons that they were going to address that they didn't address, and
they just didn't have time to do it. So
the whole excuse is that there wasn't time or whatever. You're making a TV show. There's always time, and if your fan base cares, they will be fine if you take 2 minutes out of the show to go and explain something, and rather it just.
I'll be honest. The best part of the series finale was a 3.5-second flashback that explained Vecna's back. That was the best part of the episode. It was about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, I know that I think the whole final runtime of like the big battle in that episode was 6 minutes. Grant in the final episode was 6 minutes.
I think I'd take the under on that.
I think it was 6.5 minutes. I think Will's speech at the end of whichever episode that was longer than that fight.
The length, I'm pretty sure.
That's 5 seasons there, lining up for 6 minutes.
Also, I forgot to say this. This is my last little point. Pretty much on TikTok, the Stranger Things diehard fans, they believe there's a theory called conformity gate. And this theory believes that the, quote, series finale of Stranger Things was a fake finale, and the actual finale is releasing, when you're hearing this, tomorrow on January 7th. That's...
Yeah, because they're like, oh, he's not dead, or blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the ending was so bad that the fans believe there's another episode. That's how bad.
So many plot holes that they didn't address from prior
that they're
seasons.
Like, there has to be one more episode explaining it. No, there isn't. They lied to you. They did not have it figured out. And you know what? This is the thing. It's completely fine if you don't have it figured out. Completely fine. I'm pretty sure Vince Gilligan, who did Breaking Bad, now I've never seen Better Call Saul. A lot of people online suggest the ending of Better Call Saul is the best ending to a TV show in terms of every question you may have had is answered clearly. You don't have questions when you watch that last episode. It's done, wrapped up. I don't know if you feel like good or bad afterwards, but it is a satisfying ending in the sense where everything is tied up. And that creator, Vince Gilligan, is famous for saying, I had zero clue how either show would even remotely come close to ending. Famous for saying, like, I didn't know. I'm happy how it turned out, but
I just feel like there's this will be the last thing. You said, but I just feel like there's a majority of shows that are goated runs, like Dexter, Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, that like they have, maybe there's a little bit in between. Like Stranger Things, obviously, like all 4 seasons up until this one were like goated seasons for TV, and then season 5 fell off a cliff. Some other seasons, like Dexter, I think there was a couple seasons in between that weren't good, but like for the most part it was always good. But all of them are like very famous shows.
Sure.
And then like the season finale, at least the season finale, if not the whole final season, is just like one of the worst things ever. Like Dexter is famous for having one of the worst seasons of all time.
Oh, did not know
it's
that.
Like probably why Grey's Anatomy is still never ended after 20 years or whatever.
Because the ending will be so shit no one will ever rewatch
like, we
it.
have no idea how to end the show.
The hospital changes ownership? Like, how do we do
I know how to do it. That's the hospital that was in The Dark Knight that Joker blows up. There you go. Bang. Just made it for you. Money.
Yep. No, that's right. The whole time this series took place in Gotham, folks. Exactly. Yeah, you know what?
Now everything makes sense.
That may be the moral of the story. Don't watch series finales for your favorite TV. Just don't watch it.
Come up with it yourself. Okay. All right.
And unfortunately, the Stranger Things writers essentially did that. They were like, "You pick that."
See the series finale of the Waterboy podcast. Don't know how that's going to happen.
Oh, it's ending with the longest award show in the history of media. Okay, we're beating the Oscars.
It's a live stream for 365 days. Everybody, one award a day.
It's 8. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we're like Brady and LeBron. We need a full retirement year. Okay, full tour. Yeah. Just like the Stranger Things writers and how they had to promo the TV show. But all right, that was a perfect wrap up right there. Without further ado, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 360. And the regular season of the NFL has wrapped. It is playoff time. I was taking a gander through the playoffs. The opening round of the AFC might be awful. Might be. But second round AFC must watch. Arguably the entire NFC now must watch. This is going to be exhilarating. This is going to be exhilarating. I feel like 4, 5 teams right now that could win the Super Bowl.
Well, let's just run through it. I mean, like we'll have a whole preview episode
Yeah.
later this week. So this will be brief because obviously we have some Black Monday things to go over for the NFL.
Also saw a tweet saying if the Jags make the Super Bowl, they're going to put that at 1 p.m. And I genuinely laughed out loud.
It'll be in London. Actually, they'll move it.
Oh yeah, no, impromptu bowl in London, changing it, venue switch.
Yeah, I mean, Grant, just teams that could win the Super Bowl this year, like if possible. Seahawks, Rams, Niners, can never count out the Eagles. I think that's probably it from the NFC.
I'm not entirely sure about Niners, but we'll have them in here.
I give them more credit than the Bears, Packers, or Panthers right now.
I wouldn't pick any of those either.
AFC, Broncos, Texans, Bills. I don't even know if the Bills quantify right now. They've looked bad lately. Jags, Patriots, Chargers, and Steelers probably not. But
maybe I'm wrong on this, but I was thinking about it, talking with someone. I was like, could we see the Patriots doing damage here? I was thinking about that. I'm like,
well,
no. I can fully see them in the AFC Championship game, zero hesitation.
I can too, and I do want to say this, and I saw this today. That makes me little hesitation. I don't know how much hesitation, but Grant, the Patriots have the same amount of wins against teams over 500 as the Las Vegas Raiders this year. Same amount of wins against teams over 500.
Is it just the Bills that one time? Because the Raiders only have one win.
I think the Raiders have more than one win, don't they?
Well, one win over 500.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Raiders have beat the Chiefs, Titans, and Patriots.
Okay, so that's two.
So that Chiefs aren't over 500, and neither are the Titans.
Oh, I'm sorry. So
it's one.
I had this mix.
It's one, but that means that the Patriots have one win against a team over 500. And I mean, like
just the Bills that one time.
We knew that this back end of their schedule was going to be a cupcake. Like we said that weeks ago because we looked at the end of their schedule.
Well, we just knew their whole schedule was going to be very easy.
Yeah, but this back in the schedule, I think it was like week 11 when you and I were sitting here on the podcast. And we're like, they're making the playoffs. They're not going to lose one of these games. It's cupcakes. Like they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, like in contrast to the Colts is hot start. Now, Patriots, we assume we're still making.
With that said, like that makes me feel a little. If I were in your shoes as a Chargers fan, that makes me feel a little bit better about this game. I know it's in Foxborough, but like it does make me feel a little bit better. Especially like offensively, I know Drake May's potentially winning the MVP this year. It's going to go to Matthew Stafford, potentially winning the MVP this year. But just offensively, the Chargers have a better cohesive unit, not thinking about the tackles right now, but as a total like weapons situation, they have a better situation.
Keyword is weapon. We're just talking weapons and the guy throwing the football. Okay.
But then the defenses are what draws in the question of the game really for that. And we'll get into that more later in the
we'll do that next episode.
Week. Yeah, that'll be next episode. But just food for thought there that the Patriots only have one win against a team over 500.
You know, real quick, let's do some NFL shout-outs. Let's do some NFL shout-outs.
Some superlatives?
End of the year. Yeah, superlative, or, doesn't have to be superlative, but, just some general shout-outs. We'll start there real quick. Shout out New England. Shout out Drake May. Shout out Mike Vrabel. I haven't heard Bill Simmons over the past 2 months even suggest he would rather have Roman Anthony over Drake May. So we have done the work. We have done it, folks. I still cannot believe Bill Simmons said with a straight face, I'd rather have Roman Anthony than Drake May. Cannot believe, okay? I feel like Ryan Day after Notre Dame right now, okay? I cannot believe what he said.
Shout out Trevor Lawrence figuring that out towards the end of the season.
Massive shout out.
Might be back.
Also, shout out Jacoby Myers. Shout out Liam Cohen. Shout out that front office for being like, I need someone to run over the middle. Go get me Jacoby Myers. GM's like, what did you just ask? You heard me right. Jacoby Myers. And it worked.
Shout out Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
that's
really
deserving.
Big shout out. 11 and 6.
I am just going to state one thing,
69
Grant.
yards from 4K for Caleb, so he gets a shout out.
I am just going to state, though, if the Vikings didn't let Devin Duvernay take a kickoff 50 yards down to hit a game-winning
would you have a much better
field goal for the Bears? If that didn't happen, the Vikings would have won the NFC North yesterday. That one game changed the whole thing.
But that game happened weeks ago.
That game happened weeks ago. But if Devin Duvernay doesn't take a kickoff 50 yards with 30 seconds left in the game.
Okay. Yeah, no, so I processed that as the Vikings would make the playoffs yesterday. Based on the record.
But we would have had we not let that up. Or if
you know what? Actually, shout out to ourself on saying NFC North would be best division of the year. Every single team over 500. So shout out to us. Shout out to us. Next, shout
out to Dave Canales.
You know, I just pulled this out of my ass. Shout out to myself for correctly predicting the first back-to-back NFC East championship in like 12 years. Eagles went back.
Yes.
Shout out to myself.
I think we both said that, though.
I do not remember if you did. I want to say you went with the trend and picked Washington.
I think I said that I was like, I think that the Eagles will probably win this, but I can't do it in good faith. So
but hey, that's a shout out to me right there.
Shout out Sam Darnold too.
Shout out to the NFC. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan and what the Niners did this year. You know what? I would shout out the Rams, but to be honest, they kind of underperformed based on how they were looking. So you don't get a shout out, Sean McVay. Devontae Adams gets a shout out though.
And Puka, honestly, Puka as well. Massive shout out for Puka.
All I'm saying, Puka, there's a certain yak ability that JSN doesn't sniff and Puka Nacua has.
I have a shout out that you're going to be surprised about. I have a shout out for Zach Taylor for being the most immovable object in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know what blackmail he has. It reminds me of Alex Grinch.
I have no idea.
At SC. I don't know what dirt he has, but it's a mountain of mud, okay?
Yeah.
It is.
Same with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn apparently has something on the Jets organization.
You know, staying in the NFC best, already shout out Darnold, shout out JSN. Also, a name that we did not really mention this year, and this is the reason it all worked. Shout out Clint Kubiak. Comes over, OC Seattle, turns JSN into a Michael Myers axe murderer. And Sam Darnold, career officially revived. Officially back.
Shout out Kevin Stefanski, officially out of
Shout out
out of Cleveland.
Shout out Shador. Coming in, starting and winning his very first. You know what? Him and Jackson Dart winning their very first NFL starts.
He has the worst QBR in Browns franchise history. Just FYI.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's like surprising to me.
He has the worst QBR in Browns franchise history.
Regardless, I still want to shout him out. If I were him, I would have been so checked out. I would have been checked out. Worse than Deshaun Kaiser, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Really difficult. Very tough.
Shout out Mike Tomlin going 9-8 again.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, 10-8 or 10-7.
10-7. So we're not in 16.
Shout out to the priest that blessed the end zone before the game for the Steelers, because that's the end zone that Tyler Luke missed the kick in. So
yeah, no, that's GOAT level stuff right there. GOAT level activities.
That priest is going to need to bless the entire offensive line before Monday night's game, though.
5 blessings for each of them. NFC South shout out to Bryce Young for enjoying football. I am rooting for him. I want him to succeed, and seeing Bryce Young be happy makes me happy. Also, second shout out to the Panthers for, let me make sure I have this correct. I think I have this right. The only playoff team with a negative point differential. They actually had the 3rd worst point differential in their division.
Yeah, every team in the NFC North would have won the NFC South this year. So how fun.
I do want to shout out Bryce Young, David Canales.
Dave Canales.
Wow. Wow. We thought they were absolutely in the dirt, gutted around last year, or the last 2 years, and around like week 5 this year when Meow Mix ended their podcast. Dude, I thought it was done.
Meow Mix changed the course of history. Grant.
Meow Mix retiring. That is the number one variable in their season.
Shout out Malik Willis getting his bag this offseason. Shout out.
What did he get?
No, he's going to get a bag.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Shout out Justin Jefferson for having the patience of and the most patience of any human on earth this season. not requesting to be traded by the deadline. Thank you. I love you, Justin.
Well, I feel like we can, like Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders may have a say about that. Barry Sanders
currently. I'm talking about right now for the season. It requires a lot of patience to go through and deal with what the fuck he had to deal with.
I think your words were most ever. But
I didn't say ever. Okay. I did not say ever. I just said on Earth. Didn't say ever. But
some implications there. AFC best. Shout out to the NFL. The Chiefs did not make the play. Shout out to us. Shout out to everyone
the refs for not letting that happen for once.
You know what? Are we about to? No, I was about to say ever. They've had some pretty bad moments. Yeah, like literally in the past 3 weeks.
Literally within the last 48 hours. 72 hours.
They're not
been horrific.
Yeah, no, they're not getting a shout out over there. I will say, you know what?
Shout out to Alec Pierce. Going kind of stupid.
Massive shout out to Alec Pierce.
Rivers too. Massive shout out to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. Although the Chargers haven't looked great past couple of weeks, Phillip Rivers has made me feel like a little kid again watching football. He's just brought pure joy. I don't care what the result is. I just like watching him play. Grew up watching him. My first words, Phillip Rivers, right after Junior Seau and LaDainian Tomlinson. Fifth and sixth words. But yeah, no, just utmost praise for Phil. How that went on. I will also say shout out to Danny Dimes. I mean, we got to give a big time shout out to Danny Dimes. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's on a 1-year deal, so
yeah, I don't know.
Tough.
I don't know. I don't know what
the offense was predicated on him moving, and having a fractured fibula and a torn ACL is not.
I think it's Achilles.
It was his Achilles. That's even worse.
Yeah. We were talking about this earlier. ACL, I feel like guys recover. Achilles, that one's still kind of a foreign object.
Either way, like it's
neither's good. Okay,
it's not good, and it's going to inhibit your movement, especially when you're a mobile player. The Achilles he needs the Kobe Bryant, Aaron Rodgers treatment on that.
I'm actually going to shout out every AFC South team right here. I want to shout out Cam Ward for being like the least hyped up first round pick quarterback in like a decade. Nobody talked about him. Nobody gave a shit. He just put his head down, started working, started playing a lot better near the back half, and he has no weapons. Like,
yeah, if you looked at what he did this year with the team around him this season, it's going to be very good.
What do you expect to happen? Like, it wasn't going to turn out well. But want to give a shout out
to my boy Tajay though.
Oh yeah, he's been coming along past couple of weeks. Really been coming along. Shout CJ Stroud, Houston Texans, that whole team. They're on a 9-game winning streak, Everett, the longest active win streak in the NFL. Absolute wagon. Now I was incorrect when I said Texans are still going to win the division. But
not far off. Not that far off.
Texans 100% soupy contenders.
Defense wins championships.
Especially
and
that
the offense can look good. And if CJ Stroud kind of locks in, like he's looked nice the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So he locks in,
And also, this is how the NFL works. It's all about playoff wins. Until he loses in the wild card weekend, CJ Stroud's never lost opening round of the playoffs in his NFL career. He's never lost. He's won every single year.
That's true. That is true.
And that's how this works.
In his career.
Well, they've made it every year under him.
Oh, did they make it last year? Yeah, they did. They did.
That's why he got all the hype. It
just felt like it didn't happen.
No, I know.
Right.
They shit on us really bad, really gross, disgusting, vile, illegal. Want to give shouts there. Jags, we already shouted out. Massive.
Shout out Will Reichert, kicker for the Vikings, 69 for 69 on career field goal or career extra point attempts.
Say that one more time.
Career extra point attempts, 69 for 69 on career extra point attempts. Missed 2 field goals this year, both of which hit wires.
Give me distance on those. How long were those field goals? Yeah,
they were 50 plus. Both were 50 plus.
It's fine.
Yeah, both of them hit wires too, by the way.
Well, I remember that. I mean, the first wire one in overseas, you won that game, but I remember asking, like, if you don't win this game, like, you might be able to sue for damages.
No, yeah, quite literally. Yeah.
I don't think we're giving a single shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Are we? I don't think we are.
Derrick Henry the last couple weeks. Kyle Hamilton, actually.
Okay.
Kyle Hamilton.
Hammy gets one. Hammy gets one.
Kyle
I also want
Hamilton.
to shout out Andrew Voorhees. He just got hurt last night,
again?
but that was a
Nice.
guy. He sat out his whole
USC,
rookie year
yeah.
from you, like got hurt his last game at SC.
Technically speaking, Alohi Gilman could get a nod too, ironically.
He actually might deserve it. Him
Yeah.
and Van Noy might deserve it. Also, if you haven't realized, bro, the Ravens and Chargers, we just pass around washed up defenders literally like it's nothing. We just flip flop them back and forth.
Well,
it's a money laundering
your
scheme.
DN, your outside linebacker. Is it Owe? Who did you get?
Yeah, Dafe Owe, who
he hasn't been bad. He's been a solid piece for the Chargers.
According to the Ravens fans, they were like, dude, this guy sucks. Since he's been on the team, I'm like, well, he doesn't seem as bad as you guys.
Both of you guys, Charger fans, Ravens fans, Alohi Gilman sucked, and they told
Alohi Gilman's playing a lot better than he. Yeah. Like it was actually a win-win trade, a rare win-win trade in the NFL. Don't see those very often.
Yeah, I feel like I think we're good on shout outs for that. So let's get through some of these.
And honestly, shout out Brick. You made some pretty damn good deals at the deadline, flipping Quinnen and Sauce. I'm gonna shout out Brick. But all right,
a lot of picks. They got some stuff to work
with.
Those
shout outs for the year.
Grant, I have some solemn news on this day.
Okay.
The bus took its final stop.
I like that wording. That was good wording. I don't know how long you planned that one out, but
it came to mind a couple hours ago. The bus stops here, unfortunately. We hit the end of the line, Grant, and it's closing time. So, we got a couple head coaching openings, 2 GM openings.
You got them all?
As of right now, I have them all. We have Giants, Titans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, and the Las Vegas Raiders. A lot of names coming up for possible head coach openings. Kevin Stefanski will probably be the cream of the crop this year. The cherry on top, which is funny considering the Browns fired him and now he becomes the best opening. And out of all these, the Browns are probably the least exciting opening for head coaching candidates this season.
They are down that list.
But yeah, I think if I were looking at this, like Giants and Raiders are probably the top 2, and then you could either go Cardinals or Falcons. I just think that like you have the number 1 pick, and I think every time that team has the number 1 pick, they're probably the first.
It's always
option.
An enticing.
And obviously, like Al Davis, for as much flack as he gets, like he's a solid. Like he wants to win. Like he like
the issues aren't
facilities now.
With Al Davis,
and Tom Brady's now there too. And Tom Brady and John Spytek, the GM, are looking for a head coach. And the biggest report that's come out is that they want to do a Patriot Way reunion with Brian Flores as head coach and Brian Dable as the offensive coordinator. And I could see that being a possibility. And also like that would kind of fit perfectly with what the Raiders want to do. So, I'd like to keep Brian Flores, but if he's going to go anywhere, a head coaching job would be kind of awesome for him. Otherwise, though, like
I would say if there's one thing I'm looking at Raiders specifically, you took Ashton Genty. He's on your team.
Yeah.
He's a focal point of this team. So because
you guys had Saquon Barkley.
Because you guys drafted him, you made that decision, arguably ruining his career. You now need to fix it. Okay? You're gonna take Mendoza 1. You're going to. You need to go fix that O-line.
I don't really know what they have $100 million to spend this offseason. They can do it.
That's what I'm saying.
They can do it.
Look at what the Bears
honestly,
did.
Though, like
spending free agency on O-line, and it literally fixed that offense.
It was a weird situation with Pete Carroll because, like, I think that the team hired Chip Kelly, not necessarily Pete Carroll. And like, if you look at the structure, everything, this was the offseason. I think they were planning to like be okay this year, and maybe they could sneak in the playoffs, but like they were just trying to see improvement. and then they're going to make the big investments this offseason. Obviously, now that kind of change, like it doesn't necessarily change, but the coaching staff changes, so maybe the personnel changes that you'd want to get. But like it's there, like the pieces are starting to be built up for the Raiders to be in a good spot entering this next year. The only thing though is if Brian Flores is your guy, Brian Flores is very notably not a fan of rookie quarterbacks. Although I think Mendoza's hard to like not like. So I don't really know what you would do in that situation. I just don't know what you do with Geno Smith. Do you keep Geno? Do you trade him to a team?
I think they have outs there.
They probably do, but like it's a weird question of whether or not he will be a starting quarterback next year. There's enough quarterback needy teams that he could play somewhere like New York. But
I don't think Geno can ever put on a Jets uniform again.
He didn't play well enough to warrant that. It's a weird situation. So
and even just for him, like as a human being, he can
for his mental wellness. I don't
be
know
associated with the Jets ever again.
But just other teams. Another interesting thing, quarterback related, Cardinals likely moving on from Kyler Murray. Still, I think when they hired the bus back in the day, and we have an episode when we went through all the hirings, I think we said that offseason that they should move on from Kyler Murray. The contract wasn't there. It needed to be a fresh start, all this stuff. They never did it. Now, hopefully, for the contract, they will do that going into this next offseason. Get those outs. It's a big contract, get a new coach. But then you still have Michael Wilson came into his own towards the end of the season. He could be a wide receiver one. Marv is there. He's obviously currently the wide receiver one. You have Trey McBride. Running backs is kind of a question. James Conner's a little bit older. Trey, whatever his name is.
They have an early pick, right?
Yeah, I think so. Trey Benson is still there, but like
they didn't trade them first. No.
They have offensive things, and I think Gannon never really improved the defense to a point that thought.
That was the thing. He was a defensive guy. Please don't. Okay, I think they were the second worst team
defensively.
They gave up the fourth most points in the NFL this year, the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, usually when you bring in a guy like that, their focal point is that side of the ball first.
And like culture. And
usually,
like,
yeah, also usually when you hire somebody on that side of the ball, it's because that's the worst side of the two.
Yes.
And it's like, or it's like
rookie quarterback.
That's the other side of it. Rookie quarterback. We want the opposite guy. And that's the opposite with the Raiders. If they go the Dable and Flores way, Dable is that essentially that guy. But
he is that guy, pal. He is.
Gannon never really focused, I think, on the defense as much as they expected to. The interesting thing is Raheem Morris getting fired from the Falcons, Grant, because they just got, like, I know they don't have their first round pick this year, which is
I'll be honest. We didn't bring that up, but I am proud of them for doing it.
James Pierce has been very, very good this year. And I think if you ask a lot of Falcons fans if they would trade the 12th pick for James Pierce or trade James Pierce for the 12th pick, they want James Pierce.
I don't want to give myself another shout out, but the second the whole media, the number one talking point of the NFL was, guys, the Rams have the Falcons first. The second that became the number one story, I'm pretty sure I came on here and said James Pierce is about to remind all of you who he is.
It is a little surprising. Like, they definitely were just trying to clean everything, which is why both of them left. But I'm a little surprised that they did fire both the GM and the head coach, because this draft was pretty good for the Falcons. And they had a lot of injuries marring like their team. And I know that the Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix debacle happened, whatever.
Yeah, I think
that was a couple years ago. And actually, technically speaking, they both worked out because Kirk Cousins had to play and Michael Penix did play. So, it's just kind of interesting how that plays out. But like, the team is in a very good spot. They have their defensive ends. The defense is looking up, which is what Raheem Morris was brought in to do. So on the other side of the coin from Jonathan Gannon, Raheem Morris was kind of doing his job. Offensive coordinator and the offensive duty is a little bit different.
They just had a bunch of really bad losses this year.
Which is tough. But I would kind of expect them to go the opposite direction now, and I think they'll go offense because Michael Penix being younger, I know he tore his ACL.
They better.
We'll see. But like, that's a Clint Kubiak. Like, Kevin Stefanski would be the perfect guy to kind of plug into there. Because I think where if Kevin Stefanski goes anywhere, he's going to want to go somewhere that has a quarterback that's kind of not developing. Like, he wants a stable situation.
I think Stefanski would love Atlanta the quarterback is, maybe not
But
there,
he
maybe
has
is,
two
but
options at least, though, and he's familiar with Kirk. So,
Bijan is a generational talent.
mhm.
Drake London is really, really good.
Kyle Pitts
Kyle
looked really good
Pitts.
this past year.
Now, this is one thing I want to bring up, and I'm not sure what they're gonna do because I don't know, but I think unfortunately Kyle Pitts this last season he's played himself into getting some money somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
I think
is.
this was his last year on contract. I think he was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
free
he's a
agent.
free agent. Like I don't
So,
know what that money is.
and it's tough because that's going to be a decision for it depends. It depends if they hire the GM first or the head coach first, because that will tell
Yeah,
you
and
who
if I'm
you have more.
Atlanta, like I don't know if it's worth it.
But also, if Kevin
I
Stefanski's
don't
your
know.
guy, you see how much he utilizes like Fannin and Njoku, and Kyle Pitts in that kind of situation could be very good for them.
Oh, actually, shout Harold Fannin. Oh my God, have you watched his bully runs
Yes.
tape?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is reviving my love for this sport. Okay, all right.
But that'll just be interesting, and I just other names to watch though. You have Clint Kubiak getting some nods. Um, the DC for the Rams. He's the son of or the whatever. What's his name?
You didn't give me any information right there, so I'm gonna need one thing to go off
Chris
of.
Shula.
Okay.
Chris Shula. He's
Don
getting
Shula's grandson.
Mhm. Yeah, he's getting some notoriety. Then you have like you might have other head coaches that are fired, like John Harbaugh. That spot might open. Like that could
I don't
be a
know.
name to watch.
I feel like
Kevin Stefanski's a name to watch.
would they have fired him already if they were going to? Do teams wait? Like I feel like you'd be fired
Well,
by now.
they finished Monday. They finished Sunday
thing.
night, so there's
That's
a little delay.
Uh,
And I mean, teams do sometimes wait. Like the hirings don't really happen right away. There's
Yeah.
a little buffer right now, but
And hey,
names,
just because John Harbaugh is currently under contract, does that mean the rate? Are you allowed to interview a head coach if your head coach spot is
the
filled?
team has to approve it.
Got it. Okay.
Which
right,
will never,
and that would be
likely
publicized
happen.
by Schefter if someone requested
Yeah.
that, so they haven't started searching.
But like he could get traded, technically speaking. So, but those are just interesting things. Then you have other guys like Vance
in the NFL.
Vance Joseph for the DC, for the Broncos is getting interviewed. Who's a former head coach of the Broncos. You have Matt Nagy getting interviews. Cliff Kingsbury's getting interviews. So just an interesting pool. Joe Brady's I think is supposed to be getting some interviews now as well this cycle. So we'll see. But yeah, Grant, it's just unfortunate that the what we expected for a while to happen now, the bus did unfortunately come to a halt today.
The wheels on the bus are not going round and round. They're going down and down, to be honest.
Yeah. Apparently he like saw the film crew outside this morning when he showed up, and he like smiled, he gave him a wave, and he got to like have a final press conference, or not press conference, a final meeting with all the players.
Paid for his last $2 water bottle from the facility on his way out.
He got to have a meeting with all the players saying that he was fired, and he's like, this is another step in adversity. Like
walked by the sod father purposely overwatering the field. I mean, it's just what are we doing?
Okay. But yeah, we'll obviously be tracking that more as we go, and we can talk more about those openings later in the week and next week. But yeah. Okay, Grant, let's get into college football now. Let's get into college football playoffs. Big games this week, big impacts. Obviously, this is who goes to the Natty. We have two games on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday and Thursday, or is it Thursday and Friday?
I'll be honest. I have muted all college football terms.
Thursday and Friday, Grant.
On my page.
Would you like to reflect on this past week or jump right into this week?
Oh yeah, no. We are reflecting. Yeah, Thursday and Friday. Interesting days. Yeah, reflection time. I'm not sure how much rant with Grant this is going to be, but reflection time. Wow. My goodness, what not a time to be alive if you're an Ohio State Buckeye. This one pains me to look. What really sucks is Miami didn't even play good. Do you know how many yards Malachi Tony had?
No.
He
No.
had 5 catches for 16 yards. Carson Beck had 138 passing yards. Mark Fletcher, pretty damn good, 19 carries, 90 yards. But that isn't as big of a number as what it seemed like when the game was
When
going
you're
on.
playing, yeah.
It felt like a lot more than 4.7 yards per carry. But yeah, the unfortunate news is the Ohio State that showed up was not the Ohio State that lost to Michigan last year and had reasons to play pissed off. This team rolled over the week. Uh, Unfortunately, barely losing to Indiana just reinforced to this team that they didn't need to work very hard. They're like, oh, look, they beat
Like, it
us
was
by
one or two
3.
plays different. We just changed one or two things. We're
Exactly.
good. Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly. Yeah, and
If
that
Fielding makes that field goal, it's fine.
yeah, Jaden Fielding, I don't need to drill it in anymore, but God, I am
Well,
so
he
happy
can't do
you're
that.
gone. I
So
am so happy you are just gone from this program. Everett, I'm not lying. Every single time in his Ohio State career when he had any field goal of importance at all, he missed. I'm not lying. Every single time there was a field goal with an ounce of significance in the outcome of the game. He never made it, but even worse, never even close on any of them. Like it was a miss immediately. You could tell on the flight trajectory of the ball within 4 feet. That shit is wider left than Blair Walsh. All right.
All right. Well, come
That's
on
how
now.
shitty it is. All right. Hey, I'm doing this to make fun of myself here because that's how
taking me down with you.
Jaden Fielding was. That he makes Blair Walsh look like an NFL kicker. Okay. Jaden Fielding is so ass. Whatever. I don't need to talk about the kicker. We get it. He sucks. Everyone gets it. What really angered me this year is seeing how the O-line quite literally did not improve one time all season. I don't even know who our new O-line coach is. His ass isn't going to be here much longer. He probably has like 4 hours left in Columbus before he's told to get the hell out. But Ohio State has reversed my whole life based on what they used to be. It used to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That was a Woody Hayes thing. It used to be run, punt, down you in the 5, you go 3 and out, we get the ball back on the 50. Like that was Ohio State. Dominant line play, lights out line play. And this year, that was the weakness of the team. O-line and D-line. 0 pass rush in meaningful games. Texas, sure, that was week 1. I don't give a shit. That Arvell Reese was good. Speaking of Arvell Reese, we need to put out those milk cartons because he's missing. I haven't heard about him since around September 12th. Where the fuck are you, Arvell? Because it's not on the field. Well, I don't really need to be drilling this because he's so long gone, NFL, but yeah, I mean, it sucks because this team was objectively one of the best Ohio State teams I've ever seen in my life. And once again, everything they did this season, Everett, I'm like Men in Black. Wipe. Gone. Whole year, you know what it was for, Everett? Nothing. It meant nothing. All year, national championship coming, potential repeat, back-to-back, number 1 team all year. All of that for what? For nothing. Just absolute losers, failures, embarrassments. Just a pathetic way to go out. Brian Hartline, I hate you. Wow. I despise that guy. Could not call a play all year and helps this team check out on the way out the door too. But at least I can give him slight credit. At least he didn't try tricking his potential recruits into coming to the school and signing there. Almost every Michigan player has asked out of their letter of intent that was committed to Michigan. Every single one of them is like, what the hell? What?
Yeah.
So, at least I can give Brian Hartline, a slight tip of the cap for being a good guy, but we don't give a shit about that. It literally only matters if you win. If you win, then you get credit for being a good guy. If you lose, you're a loser, and you should be winning, or else you're a loser. But that is Ohio State football in L of a year. Really, really disappointing. But Everett, I said this before, throughout my entire life, if Ohio, and moving forward, you're going to have to remind me this because I'm going to forget because I get caught up in it. I'm crazy. If Ohio State's ever considered the favorite, if they're ever the media favorite to win the national championship, Everett, I promise you right now, they will never win the national championship that year. Throughout my whole life, the 3 years that Ohio State was axe murder, oh shit, they are winning the Natty, 2015, that team was a train wreck disaster. Cardell Jones starts the first week when JT should have been the starter the whole time. Disaster, train wreck. 2019, another team. I'll be honest, I'm batshit crazy. The refs cheated us in that game. That's the only game where I'll say the refs cheated us. 2019 Clemson, they cheated us out of that game. And then this season. But every single time, like Tyrese Halliburton, okay? Every single time. Choke. Every single time.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get one more season out of Jeremiah Smith. And obviously Julian Sand will be here. He technically is draft eligible next season, correct?
Who is?
So I think he's.
Who are you asking for?
Julian Sand.
Like this after this year, he can go.
I'm saying next season. After next season. So you have one more of Jeremiah Smith. You have at least one more of Julian Sand. We'll see if there's more after that. Probably.
What sucks about Julian is that, dude, this guy's literally CJ Stroud 2.0. He's never going to do anything at Ohio State, and he's going to be so good in the NFL, Everett.
It's kind of where my brain was at with him, but it kind of will be a shame. Like, I don't know where the guys coming up behind Jeremiah Smith kind of lay right now.
Well, they're all in the transfer portal.
But the greater point is, if you
Chris
do not
Henry
win,
Jr., you're playing a lot of football next year.
If you do not win next year with Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sand, and they both leave after that year,
I don't know how this team even has a chance of winning the national championship next year. They lose so many people.
So
many people are gone. So I don't.
I mean, we're looking at it right now. Hey, the 4 teams that can make the national championship this year are Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss, and Miami.
Okay, I'll be honest. When Bama and Georgia both lost, I felt a lot better about myself recording this episode. Okay, before they were out. Hey, all I'm saying. Hey, I'm pissed off at Ryan Day. Everett. Kirby Smart hasn't won a college football playoff game in over 1,000 days.
I would just like to say that, like, JMU put up more points against Oregon and more yards against Oregon, like Texas Tech. Like,
they did fully.
The entire playoffs is getting reworked, and I would just like to say it is not the G5's fault. Now it is not. The argument was, which it already wasn't. It is definitely not now. So,
well, I would say this playoff has confirmed that they are just giving who they think the best. Like shit. We lost to Miami. People were like, Miami shouldn't even be in this. They just beat and shit on Ohio State. Now there's zero argument for G5 at all. Like, what if Notre Dame was in? They probably would have shown Ohio State too, and we didn't give them a shot.
Both teams that the G5s lost to are currently about to be able to make the national championship. So that argument might need to be on hold because if you have
I'm just saying,
if you have the two teams,
Miami shat on us.
I know, but I'm saying if you have the two teams that the G5s had to play in the first round, and both of those teams make the playoffs to make the national championship, the argument is a little bit,
Well, no, then people are like, they got bye weeks. Everett, come on.
They still had to play. Ole Miss still had to play Georgia.
No, I know, but they had to play Texas Tech.
They're about to have to play Indiana.
Everyone's bitching.
I don't know
first
if you're going to
round the layoff. How much time you have off? Georgia fans, they're leading the charge. I may need to jump in their hole, but they're bitching that the time off is. Well, no, Indiana I also is the only team that has won.
I also don't think that there should be. I don't think that bye weeks are a good thing. generally speaking. I think usually
Well,
like
we're going to 16 next year, so you don't need to worry about it.
I think that every team should play in the first round.
And also move it up.
But if you want to claim that G5s are bye weeks for those top teams, have them play the 1 seed or doesn't fucking matter. Let them be in it. They can be the bye week if that's the way that the P4 supremacy.
There's not going to be it's just going to be 16 teams.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just making
ranked 1 through 16.
Okay, all right, Grant. Let's get into the 2 games we have for this.
Well, we can do these later preview because they're Thursday and Friday. So
I guess we could do it later. We could do that with the playoff. We just have playoff episode on Thursday.
I mean, Miami Ole Miss, I don't know.
I'm touched. Ole Miss looks nasty.
Hey, I'll say this right now. Well, we get Trinidad Chambliss. I heard this from Coward before the playoffs started. Coward was saying some scouts were suggesting to him that Trinidad Chambliss, at the time, no playoff games had been played yet. Trinidad Chambliss is the best quarterback in this playoff. That's what Colin Coward was saying he's hearing from scouts. I think after we've seen a couple games, yes, he is the best quarterback. Trinidad Chambliss is unreal.
No, I fully agree. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like, it's that rare, hey, I was saying it the other week, like, when he throws the ball, you assume
think it's completion. Yeah. I mean, like, it's that, but he also has the athleticism side of it.
Well, he has a little bit of wiggle to his game, maneuver in the pocket a little bit. And
I mean, we were talking
that's what the NFL adores, Everett. Mm-hmm. They adore.
We were talking about this earlier today, before the episode started. But if Trinidad Chambliss' agent is hearing that he is a potential first-round pick player, never, ever, ever stay in college football for another year if the end goal is to go to the NFL. Even if you're getting money that might be more than a rookie contract, if you're hearing that,
pretty. I mean, think about that.
I mean,
for just one more year. For just one more year.
Sorsby apparently is about to make $5 million.
Well, he won't be a first round guy.
I know, but like that's bigger than the rookie contract. Is more so what I'm saying. Like that, I think that's bigger than maybe it's bigger than the signing bonus. Is more what I mean.
But I mean, sure, that's one thing, but look at the NBA. You want to get to the pros as fast as can, so you get to the second contract.
Never, ever stay for that extra year if you're projected to go high.
Look at Drew Aller.
It's the same thing. Like even with Darian Mensah, he could have been a higher pick this year. I don't necessarily know if he would have been a first round pick. Is he going
in the draft or
no? He's going back to Duke. But then look at this quarterback crop that's going to be next year. If we look at it right now, look at the quarterbacks that might go next year. There's a whole lot of them that could potentially be first round picks. So, like, if you're Trinidad and you might be a first round pick this year, you definitely should go. He needs to sit if he gets drafted by an NFL team. He needs to sit. He can't start right away. But there are some teams right now looking for quarterbacks like the Rams.
I'm just saying with him, bro.
Need a quarterback to sit anyways.
Dude, I think Trinidad's getting thrown at the fire, and Everett, I think he's coming out of it right now. Week 1. I mean, next September, I do think he's going
Cleveland
to be.
Browns starting
he would be good enough
2026
easily, but I don't know if he's going to do it. I think though, Trinidad Chambliss is a top 32 quarterback on planet Earth today. I believe that. So I don't know if he believes that. I hope he does. If he doesn't believe that, I have a problem with that.
Honestly, you should if he doesn't believe the dog mentality, though.
Yeah, humble king. We love a humble king. But yeah, no, Trinidad is extremely talented, and
I mean, look, what he just did in that Georgia game that's a very memorable game. Just the game itself, obviously, but his performance in that game specifically is just so memorable.
Let me just have the stats: 30 for 46, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
And the play where he ran, like he did a whole like 30 yards. He only had
backwards, 14 rushing yards, but
like how much he actually ran. I'm sitting there. It's the play where he's basically in his own end zone, running backwards, trying to improvise, and everybody's just saying, "What are you doing?"
Football backyard. Right.
You're like, "What are you doing?" And then he makes a backyard football play like that, and it's a completion that arguably wins him the game, wins Ole Miss the game.
Yeah, but I mean, Trinidad just an absolute baller. I will say, I'll need to look into it a bit more, but it's like that dude, Ruben Bain. Jesus Christ, Everett. Jesus. what the heliante? What the heli burden am I watching?
I will just props to Lane Kiffin and his staff for finding Trinidad though.
Well, it was
FCS
the coordinator.
too. Oh, it was the coordinator.
Coordinator comes over. Trinidad was going to go to VTech? Temple. Trinidad was going to go to Temple. OC comes over, looks at I'm putting words in his mouth. I know this word for word. Let's pretend. Let's have some fun. Looks Trinidad dead in the eyes and goes, come with me to Ole Miss. I know you're not guaranteed the starter. I know, but our goal is the NFL. You're one injury away from being the starting quarterback of a top SEC team. Like, this is how I'm going to get you to the NFL. And Trinidad was like, all right, I'll be your backup. The rest is history.
Yep.
But Trinidad, utmost praise and respect. The dude showed up to a situation knowing he was the backup. He accepted that over a starting spot. Didn't give a shit. And look,
I also just, while we're doing, I want to shout out Pete Golding.
Dude, and the most impressive. Okay, I would say it's technically not a job interview, but the most impressive opening performance of any human at a new job ever. Any human at any new job ever.
The offensive staff is mostly the Ellis staff going to LSU, but could you imagine getting the interim title for the, I guess, full-time president, but you're the interim coach for the remainder of this year before you go full-time, and you end up just winning the Natty in your first 5 games as a head coach?
No, I can't imagine it because it's unheard of, and ridiculous. It's not realistic. So no, I couldn't imagine ridiculous. That's how impressive.
I don't know if I am curious though, because they did promote him to full-time coach. I bet that his contract has clauses for winning the Natty and stuff. I wonder if he gets.
I don't know if those go into effect.
I wonder if he gets it for.
I think people have been suggesting Lane gets all of these bonuses.
Lane's getting paid from LSU though,
but he gets these bonuses. LSU's paying it, but
yes, he is getting bonuses. But I'm curious if Ole Miss is paying. I don't think Pete that. Give my man his money. He deserves it. He deserves it.
I mean,
he deserves it.
And the funniest part about Pete Golding is that I literally remember 19 months ago, Alabama heads literally wanting to put Pete Golding's head on a wooden plank and chant it around Bryant Denny. They were like, he is the worst DC I have ever had the displeasure of watching in Alabama history. And now he got I just can't believe it. A career turnaround of career turnarounds. Literally. He went from being a borderline laughingstock to oh wow, top dog right now. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, Pete Golding's here. So yeah.
But I guess we'll preview all games for all playoffs in football in the next episode. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterboy Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Everett Stakes and at Waterboy Grant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and TikTok as well. So make sure to check us out there just so you don't miss anything else. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.
Where's my stop recording button?